What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry I'm a little late. We're running on that Cuban time. For those who don't know what Cuban time is, we're always late. Um, this next guest, he hasn't arrived yet, but I'm hoping he'll be here any minute now. So I figured I'll start the live stream. I think this next guest is very special to me personally, and I have a myriad of reasons, a number of reasons why. So I'm gonna sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, and when we come back, hopefully we get to talk to our special guest. So hang tight.
Shake, 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 yeah, shake, 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 shake. Shake money in the place. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Is you a fan or a troll? Are you trying to wish us good? Trying to take control, bringing problems to the hood. What takes your soul? Miami Dolphins bring the wood. Super Bowl is the goal. Tyreek Hill. I'm trying to kick it with Shake. You gotta be a real fan. No pretenders and fakes. We're gonna open up the line. Come correct with your taste. If you step into us blind, we're gonna show you the way. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Never want the season to end. Let's mix it up a little with gin. And I remember when I knew that the Dolphins would win. Yeah, rockin' with Shake, rockin' with Shake. Let's go. I never want the season to end. Never mix it up a little with gin. That's right. Pass it off to one of my friends. Yeah, rockin' with Shake, rockin' with Shake. Larry K, what up? Phin-Addicts. TFTG, the tailgate. Miami Dolphins, baby. What up, Lou? Shake money. Crypto. Check it. Me? God bless y'all. Miami Dolphins #1. And we out. Miami Dolphins football, the greatest football team. We push the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. Respect us.
Hey, what's going on, y'all, man? As we wait for our guest of honor, he is still not arrived yet. What's going on, man? Let's give me 1 second here. Oh, there he is. The guest of honor is here, man. Listen, I am honored to introduce this next guest, man. He started a show, another platform with and I followed him there. And then unfortunately something happened and he branched off on his own. I followed him there as well, man. I was a big supporter of him, and now I'm happy I get to call him my friend, man. This dude, I'll never forget the Phin-Addict show. I have two great memories of that show. I'll share that with you soon. But let me introduce to you, man, the man who allowed me to enjoy the last season of football. I got to tailgate. I got to meet a lot of people because of this man right here, man. It is an honor and privilege to introduce to you my main man, Batman. What's going on, Batman? How you doing, brother?
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
I'm good. How about yourself, man? How you doing?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's my Friday. Enjoy the long weekend. Can't wait, man. How you been?
Been good, man. See this behind me? My new background. One of the reasons I got that is because that's the kind of like the view I had from that section, from that angle.
That's awesome. I'm gonna be in that section this year. I'm gonna be in that section. So it's it's awesome though. But appreciate the kind words, man. Again, you've been there You've been there. You've been there from the beginning. When me and Gio were started it.
Mm-hmm.
We started doing a show back in I believe it was like 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah, we started working together. Like you said, I ended up doing
The
my
Finsaholic.
version with the Phin-Addict show. I'm for those of you that don't know, I'm officially retired from
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. Who knows, maybe what the future will bring, but I enjoy the family life. I got the family life now, so I love it. I love it.
No doubt, man. But hey, listen, I was as I was previewing earlier, two of the greatest memories I have on the Finsaholic show, and it's not surprisingly, it has nothing to do with this right here, man. Look at that. This night was awesome.
That was an awesome night, man. That was an
Yeah, it
awesome.
was draft party, but no, I'll never forget. 2021, we got hit with a hurricane, Hurricane Ian, and I was out of power for like a week, and the cell services you could only get. I mean, you could only the cell service was available like late night, so that's when you were doing your show, and you were the first show that I got to hop on after the hurricane. It was like out of being in the loop for like a week. You know what I'm saying?
I think you were if I remember correctly, my memory serves correctly, you were looking for your cat.
Yeah, and that's my second. You know, it's funny. That's my second memory is when I found my cat. I was on your show. I found
Yes,
him
yes,
2 months later.
you giving us the update that you had found your cat. I remember that.
Yeah, there's some nights I wish I didn't find him. Not just playing, but no, man. So check this out. So look at this right here. This is a tailgate,
Yeah.
a thumbnail, and of course this is the jersey, Ricky Williams jersey you gave to Adam Sadowski.
Yes. Shout out to Adam. That's awesome.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: what let's get to last year's football. What was your favorite game last in the tailgate?
Well, I have a fond memory. I mean, obviously, like that Denver game, we us scoring 70 points. I think it was something that, like, I can honestly say I really enjoyed. Um, I mean, obviously, the first game, um, that was our first home game, wasn't it?
Yeah, first home game.
I think it was our first home game, so there was a lot of emotions in the air. Um, Obviously, like, it's the first game back. Shed a little tear. Players coming out of the tunnel, the excitement, the level. Football's back. Even though we were away, I think it was the first week or two, we were away. Um, but the first home game, and us literally cementing ourselves as a high power offense. First time at the Hard Rock, it was just something like it's a memory that I'll never forget. Not many
Mm-hmm.
teams can score 70 points, and let alone 50, 60. We scored 70, and I want to say, that's a memory, that I'll have for the rest of my life. Being able, I said I was there and got to witness that. It was a beatdown. That was a beatdown. And obviously, like, it's incredible, the feeling, the energy, everybody in the stadium. It was electric. It's just something. Like I said, I've been going to games for 14 years, and there's only like 3 games that I can honestly say that might top that. Again, the first game was, I think it was the first time Jarvis Landry played Odell Beckham in Miami. I think it was Sunday Night Football. I felt the stadium was going to collapse.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was the game. Unfortunately, didn't Cameron get hurt? No, that was the Patriots game. Never mind.
it was the Dan Campbell game. He was serving him for interim head coach,
Mm-hmm.
and we played the Giants. And I remember I was in the upper bowl, and it just felt like the entire upper bowl was going to collapse. The way the ground was shaking, the energy. And then the second game, I always bring it up, Shake. I know people don't like to hear it, but
Yeah.
when Brian Flores decided to bench Tua and make an excuse up for his thumb or his finger
Mm-hmm.
that he was hurt playing golf or whatever.
Yeah.
And he didn't play Tua, and he started Jacoby Brissett. I believe it was Thursday Night Football. I was at the tailgate. We got word that Tua would not be playing and Jacoby would be starting. It was a punch to the gut, a knife to the back. I was devastated. And then Tua came into the game. Jacoby got hurt. Shout out to Big John Stud. He worked his magic in the back room, and Jacoby got hurt. Tua came in the game. I was at the stadium. I've never heard a stadium roar like that. It was like if we won the Super Bowl, seeing Tua come out of the bench and basically get us back to winning that game.
No doubt. Hey man, listen, we have a Tua, baby.
I don that phrase. I'm gonna trademark it. I'm the invented that phrase. We have a Tua, like they say in the Avengers.
Wasn't Green Rat?
We have a Tua.
Wasn't Green Rat that said that?
Nah, it wasn't Green Rat. I got merchandise on my computer.
I'm messing with you, man.
Shirts and coffee mugs and stuff that I never got to produce, but I have to trademark that. If anybody steals this idea, I see you guys.
That's what's up. Hell yeah. By the way, Jose, important question. Has any woman showed up to the door to receive the package in their lingerie?
Jesus Christ. He's
inquiring minds want to know, man, you know?
From a mailman asking another mailman. No, Jose. The answer is no.
So shout out to Lou today. He was, man, listen, if you're not tuning into Batman's Twitter spaces, he is the Michael Jordan of Twitter spaces. But hey, listen, he was on Andravia's space, and today I give him the apron. He was cooking today, man. Lou was cooking.
I told him I need to get one of those aprons, man, for the cooking season, for the barbecues. I need one of those aprons, man. I don't know if I gotta get with Capitan color. I don't know who's gonna get me one of those aprons. I need one of those barbecue aprons from Lou.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Lou, man. Hey, but listen, because a lot of people like Chef Ju, he hit me. You know, he hits me up like weekly. And a lot of people don't know. So even though you don't see me at night, and I don't do the Phin-Addict show like how I used to do every single night.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people you could still find me on Twitter. I know that the narrative for the fan base is that Twitter is extremely toxic. You know, you got people, you know, harassing people, and that's always been the narrative of it. But you know, we hold a nice space every single day. If I can't host it, if on my day off, Lewis will, Andravius, Cruz, Estefan, you know, but we host a good space. We got guys come in and out, ladies come in and out too. We have a good conversation. It's a blast. It keeps people, at least makes their day easier as far as having to, you know, cope with the dailies of a work life, or even if you're stay-home parent and you want to just have a couple laughs, get some information on the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
That is an awesome gateway. We let everybody come to the space on one condition, as long as you don't talk bad about Tua and you don't talk about Liam Eichenberg being good.
Oh man. Hey, listen, I will normally debate you, but this is your show, so you know what I'm saying. We'll save that for another episode. You can have it, as we say. I'll let you have that, man.
It's all good fun. I don't listen. Today should be a glorious day, right?
Yeah, we got Waddle.
We got Waddle signed. I can honestly say this is the top 5 happiest days as a Dolphin fan. We were blessed with this news today. I think it shook the internet. The internet was, no pun intended, it shake the internet. Basically, every outlet right now is talking about it. Stephen A. Smith, I saw what he talked about it on ESPN, talking about this is a great move for the Dolphins. You're talking about a top 5 receiver. The Miami Dolphins now currently have 2 of the top 5 receivers under contract, at least for the next 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
They got the number 3 and the number 4 highest paid receiver in the league. That's unheard of. You don't hear that in any team out there actually paying the type of contracts. And then now, you know, it's a wait and see. The chosen one, the Samoan sniper, Oos. The Oos is loose.
Oh, yeah.
We're waiting for, you know, Tua to get that contract. I think that's what the wait and see was. I think a lot of people today gave respect to Greer for getting a contract done with Waddle. Basically the breakdown comes out to like 21, 22 million a year. That's a steal. He has been the best Dolphins player that we have drafted and hit the ground running from the first day they stepped on the field. And that's what I love. What's going on, Q?
He was one of your biggest supporters, man.
Haven't seen Q in a couple months, man. It's awesome to hear from you, Q. But yeah, man, I've been saying it. If you look at back, taking away Mike Pouncey, right? Mike Pouncey and Tunsil, Minka, we're talking about guys that have been able to stay here. Pouncey played so many years for the Miami Dolphins, one of the greatest centers we've ever seen, not just for the Dolphins, but in general in the league. I think since Mike Pouncey, I would say Waddle has been the best first round pick we've had. And I said that we need to lock this guy up.
Yep.
Look, we got it done. And now we have him for 5 years. And that's something that makes me very happy. We didn't sign Landry. I was a big fan of Chamber. I like receivers. Everybody likes a specific positional group, whether it's linebackers, safeties, running backs. I love receivers. I love receivers, man. So I'm happy that Waddle is getting that contract. And hopefully he'll be a Dolphin for life because he's setting himself up for another contract.
And by the way, I already spoke to Q via email. Q is we got him scheduled to do Insomnia with me and Crypto. He's gonna talk some Steelers football. So be sure to look out for that on the Fins Tailgate.
Look out for you guys have built a whole roster over there. You guys look like the 2000 Lakers over there. Roster you guys are building. So man, you guys are doing amazing things, man. I love it, man. I love it, and it's just giving the community what it needs: Dolphins content, good Dolphins content, and then you still bring the comedy because that's the thing about me. I like to talk serious.
You like to laugh too at the same time.
But you know me, I like to laugh. That's the best.
No doubt you do. Oh man, listen. I don't care what nobody says. You got to come to the space when Pete and Grumpy are on at the same time.
Yes, it's magical. For those of you,
you can't write a better script than those two, man. You cannot write a better script, bro.
For those of you that don't know who Grumpy is new to the community as far as Twitter.
He was on the Fins Tailgate too a while ago.
Yeah, he was on Fins Tailgate on Friday. I haven't caught the episode yet, but Grumpy is the man. He is hilarious.
Yeah, I love Grumpy.
He is he brings a new energy to the table. I love what he brings, and I'm looking forward to meeting him, man. See, look, I met you, Shake, last year for the draft party. I've met thousands of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I've met many people on Twitter too. It's crazy. This is funny. This is something funny to me because obviously Twitter's not like YouTube, where you could show your face.
Yeah.
And people know who you are. If you post pictures and stuff, I don't really post too many pictures on Twitter. I think only for like Father's Day last year I posted a picture of me and my pops, but I don't really post pictures of myself. So I went it was last season. A couple people going to the bathroom. I'm like, wait a minute, because obviously you posted a picture you showed the picture of the Batman chain. People see the chain. And people say, wait, are you Batman? I'm like, yeah, I'm Batman. It's like, oh, I listen to your Twitter spaces all the time. Yeah, I start laughing. I'm like, oh, man, I appreciate it. And it just comes out of left field because they give you a stare, a look. And they're like, wait a minute. I'm like, are you Batman? And then they hear the voice. And then I'm like, yeah. So it's like, I've have the Twitter, a family that follows as well. So I think it's awesome, man. Look at Irving. Look at Irving with
Liam Eichenberg, baby. 74. Reasons Pro Bowl. Right guard. Oh man, I love it. By the way, real quick, I'm gonna give you my so future in the blender guest that I've confirmed. Irving is one of them. I got Mo Sauces coming in next week. I got Allie Dolph Freaky Tuesday.
Nice.
Which ironically she came on after you did last year. So I got Irving. I'm talking to Miss Fins right now. I got Doc Reginald Brown coming back on. I got Crypto, and I got Larry K for the last. Those are just the guests I'm confirming. So
Firm.
I've confirmed.
Do big thing,
Yeah.
Shake. And again, it's a different, YouTube podcast out there that like it's an introduction. Even though you had me in the blender before, it's like it's a reintroduction to people and getting to know me, getting to know the last season. It's a breath of fresh air, man. I was telling my girl, 'cause we gotta go. We gotta be at a game at 8 o'clock for our son's
Mhm.
game.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it's like she tells me all the time. She's like, babe, why don't you continue doing the YouTube? And it's like it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just more like you know I disconnect. Before with me, Shake, I would go on YouTube. Back in the days when I would work with Geo, it's like I would be on Twitter all day. Then I get home, rush home. See Lewis's coffee. I rush home. I wouldn't even have a chance to take a shower. I would have to jump straight on the seat and start YouTube. And then that YouTube show would end at 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 11. And then we're backstage. And it's like, after a while, it just becomes like very stressful, It takes a toll. And then obviously it's like, I love spending time with the family. I love spending time being able to, cooking, basketball, brought basketball back into my life.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
To actually play again brings youth back to me. So it's a lot of fun, man. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. But like I told, right now the process, what the goal is to buy a house. That's my goal.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna do everything in my power to do so. I want to be able to buy a house, and once I buy a house, um, there's a great chance I'll be back. There's a great chance I'll be back.
Man. Hey, by the way, listen, I'm gonna. I wanted to tell you backstage, but you weren't here backstage. But we do a Mount Rushmore of Dolphins players. So I want you to think this. I want you to keep this in the back of your mind. Think about it. Mull it over while we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Before you give me your Dolphins Mount Rushmore, I watched last year's episode, and I know you're a big basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think of the Mount Rushmore of basketball. Mount Rushmore of NBA.
Not personal.
Yeah, and then you do the Dolphins. So just think about that. I know Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are in there, but we got to see who the other two are going to be.
I mean, look, football is not my first sport, right? I started watching.
You're basketball. I know you're a basketball head. As a matter of fact, I remember, like I said, listening it. You fell in love with the sport while watching Michael Vick, but unlike Pete, you didn't become a Falcon fan.
No Falcons fan.
No. And then eventually,
Michael
I think
Vick.
your uncle or stepdad, I think it was, that made it happen. He was a Saints and a Jets fan.
My uncle.
He was a Saints and a Jets fan.
And we had just traded for Ricky. And he told me, the Saints drafted the Deuce McAllister, and very easily moved off of Ricky, even though they traded all these picks. And he told me, the Dolphins just acquired, you can argue, the greatest running back they've ever had. And I was like, damn, that's big to say. And Ricky was worth every penny, and he was must-see TV. Unfortunately, we had Jay Fiedler at quarterback. But we had a nasty defense. I'll never forget that defense. I always
say, can you imagine if we would have had Tua back then?
Zach Thomas, Ogolnier, you had Jason Taylor, Zach Madison, Patrick, Brock Marion. You had I'm missing some. What's his name? Is it the defensive tackle? I'm trying to remember his name. I'm trying to blank. But anyway, we had a stacked defense. Chris Chambers on the offense, Randy McMichael, Rondé Gatson. We had great players, but nothing like the roster we have nowadays. But my bad. I'm back. But nothing like the roster we have now. But Mount Rushmore, like I tell people, I have forgotten more basketball than people can than people know. Since I was 3 years old, basketball was everything for me in my house. And I love basketball. So Obviously, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, biggest you'll ever meet in your life. That goes for
So am
anybody.
I. I'm a big
California,
Kobe
Miami,
Bryant fan
Florida. It
too.
don't
He's
matter
my
who it
goat.
is. I'm the biggest Kobe fan ever. I grew up watching Michael. I was very young, so I got to see the tail end of before he first retired,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw when he came back, and then obviously with the Space Jam and all that coming back, beating the Jazz. The Jazz suck. I just wanted to put it out there. The Utah Jazz suck.
Yeah, they're
Worst
still a
franchise
franchise. I can't believe
ever.
it.
Worst franchise ever. But yeah. Um,
They're the fake team, the fake purple.
Obviously from Miami, like the Heat. In the late 90s, the greatest Heat team. I always said it was that 97, 98 team. Um, and I watched basketball, became a fan. Obviously, I was a Jordan fan, but you watched every Bulls game. Doesn't mean you cheered for the Bulls against the Heat. You wanted the Heat to win, so it was always Heat over Bulls. But you loved Michael. And then the young kid comes in the league, cocky, has a little bit of a twitch to him, swag. He has what it takes, and I started following Kobe '97, and you know, um, many players have tried to do the Jordan. Grant Hill, Harold Miner, Penny, to follow in those footsteps, and only one was able to succeed. And Vince Carter's one of them too. A lot of players tried, but only
Mm-hmm.
one has succeeded to try to get to that level. Um, Even though I think Michael Jordan is better than Kobe, I think on a one-on-one, Kobe would destroy Michael Jordan. That's controversial. So obviously that's my 1 and 2 right there. I'm gonna go with the most dominating player in NBA history. I gotta go with Shaq. Um, there's none like him. I think Shaq in any era would destroy. I know that 3-point era is where we live in now, but I want to see anybody in the paint try to stop Shaq. There was no game plan around that. Obviously, the only game planning they had for him was Hack a Shaq. They had Vladi Divac and Chris Webber, basically, flopping out there left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Rita Sabonis, all these guys. Olajuwon was the best um, that I could say that would be challenging for Shaq,
Mm-hmm.
but Shaq is the third best player of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Obviously, I'm a Laker fan. I like Magic. Magic was one of the greatest all-around players I've ever seen. Um, didn't get to see a whole lot until after he retired, but I would put Magic Johnson in my top 5, and I will put number 5. Even though, listen, LeBron is great statistically
Be an
wise.
honorable
He's top
mention.
3.
He's
Okay,
outside of the Mount Rushmore.
yes, he's outside of the Mount Rushmore. Um, Two guys in my era that I loved. I loved Allen Iverson. I loved Tracy McGrady.
Mm-hmm.
I think Allen Iverson, like Kobe said, if Allen Iverson was 6'6", he'd be the greatest basketball player that's ever lived. And then you had T-Mac. You had a guy that did everything Kobe did, but he was 6'8". I was a diehard T-Mac fan. So even though he's not considered on anybody's board top 5 or top 10, just because I liked him and he's my Mount Rushmore, I put Tracy McGrady at number 5. I think
That's what's up.
Tracy McGrady was a monster, and if it wasn't for back spasms like what happened to Larry Bird, he would have possibly won a championship if he would have gotten traded to the Lakers. But then again, we're not gonna get into that because we don't got Laker fans in here. But it was close to happening. It was supposed to be Kobe, Shaq, and T-Mac. It never happened though, but it was very close to getting it done. It was about to happen.
It was kind of like Dan Marino and freaking Barry Sanders.
Exactly. Two
great. By the way, real quick, this guy, he has some choice words for you. I'm gonna let him up here because he is my brother, mi hermano. Go ahead.
Hey man, listen, I'm not gonna be up here long. I'm not gonna be up here long because listen, at the end of the day, I heard Batman say something where he was like,
damn.
I don't even know who that is, but Batman was up here talking about all the people he met, right, throughout Twitter and just as a Dolphin fan going to tailgates and stuff. And honestly, bro, no trolling aside, this man tells me I'm 99% wrong all the time, right? Batman's my brother though, dog. Like at the end of the day,
I echo the same sentiments, bro.
I couldn't be up here with an episode. Shake, you know how I feel about you. Honestly, though, Batman. Again,
No
this is
doubt.
your episode. I'm not here, but I just had to come up because you've always been good to me. That's all that really matters to me. And again, bro, salute to you. You already know I love you. But one thing, I just need one thing real quick before I get out of here. Is Bam Adebayo Cuban? Is he
Yeah,
Cuban?
he is. So for those of you that don't know, Bam Adebayo, he's from Cienfuegos, Cuba. Bam Adebayo el Caballo.
Hey man, hey, y'all boys be good, man. I'm gonna keep listening.
I mean, like I said,
Batman,
I had to bring you up here just for this, man. So
Appreciate
you
it.
already
much
know,
love,
man.
brother.
Yep, y'all boys be easy.
Yeah, that's Lou, man. That's the homie.
Nah, man, that's what's up. Listen, I appreciate the kind words. And like, look, the Shake, you met me the same way I am on YouTube, the same way you hear me on Twitter. That's really how I am.
Well, you could say, you could test the same thing about me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And the thing about it is, like, you know, this community is large. This community is large. Look, when me and Gio started YouTube, you know, there was like, I want to say maybe there was about 10 to 12 Dolphin content creators, right? Now you have like 60 plus, you know, and it's like, like I was telling Grumpy the other day, it's like you have so many people doing Dolphins content, right? You know, everybody does different specific Dolphin content, but like you guys at TFTG, it reminds me a lot of me because it's like you want to talk football, but you be yourself. You know, you don't want to be looking like you're reading off a script. You don't want to look like, you know, you're trying to get the news out and that's it. Hey, goodbye, everybody, good night. No, you want to interact with the fans. You want to, you know, touch base because at the end of the day, like Steven, you know, shout out to Stephen D. At the end of the day, we are all fans. At the end of the day, we're all fans. So it's awesome, man. You're doing great work, Shake.
Hey, listen, you. To be honest with you, look, I know I put in the work, but at the end of the day, man, I think I like to credit you to being part of the catalyst to help me where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a long ways from where I want to be, but I do appreciate the fact that you helped me every step of the way when I first started, and that's something that's never going to be lost with me. You know what I'm saying? I said anything short of you slapping my mama, I'm always gonna have love for you.
Nah, listen, and like I tell everybody, man, like you know, anybody in this community, right? You reach out or you try to reach out, whether it's directly, anybody needs help with anything, I'm there. Even though you guys don't see me at night, you guys don't see me anymore at nighttime. I still, you know, I catch the episode. Somebody say, "Hey, catch the episode, watch it." On my way to work, I watch it. Got an hour drive, so I watch. I tune in to Twitter Spaces, YouTube's. I still get my content, even though I don't get it live. I still get my content. So you guys are doing a hell of a job. But I appreciate, man, the kind words from you and Lou. I do miss everybody. Like I said, I miss everybody. But like I said, I'll be back, man. Let me get my financials right. We're trying to buy this house. Want to get the I want to get that, man. That's something that I've been working hard for. I really want to get it done. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Now, you wanted to ask me the Mount Rushmore of Miami Dolphins for me?
Not yet. It's gonna be towards the end. So, all right, who is your offensive MVP and who is your defensive MVP?
Offensive MVP, I'm gonna go with Tua.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously, he played 17 games. Number one passing leader in the NFL. You know, chosen one. We want to see more. We want to see equate to more victories. But we have a real one. So yeah, my offense MVP would be Tua. And then as far as defense, I want to say, man, only because when he came back after the injury, the spark he brought to the team, Jalen Ramsey, man. Jalen Ramsey was my defensive MVP. I know you had, you know, sack numbers for guys on the defensive side, Zach Zeiler, Christian Wilkins. These guys played outstanding, but man, the energy in the building when Ramsey's there is just like no other.
Yeah. So what grade would you give the Dolphins last year's season?
I would say a B minus. A B minus. Only because we had the team capable of getting at least one or two victories in the playoffs. Injuries plagued us drastically, really bad throughout the entirety of the team. Towards the end, guys were falling. It seemed like every game we were losing a star, not a starter, a star player. And then we had to sign guys off the street to finish a playoff game. But B minus, I would say B minus. But I'm feeling more confident going into this season.
By the way, I wonder if Costa Nostra, man, Costa Nostra, I love that dude. He supports the show. He always says I have Tua haters. I have you on, so you're not gonna find any bigger Tua supporter than yourself.
Nah.
So he says so.
Nah, listen.
I hope you're here, man. I hope you enjoy this episode because, man, this man is a big Tua fan. Would you say I'm a big? Alternative side, would you say I'm a big a Tua supporter?
Yeah, I mean, I can name all the Tua haters. I mean, I know who they are. I don't forget.
Yeah, no doubt. But
we'll
leave that for another episode.
Yeah, we'll do that for another episode. I could go on for 30 minutes and drop names and why I say it. So I could do that.
No doubt. Yeah. So let me ask you. I'm gonna put you on the spot now. You know how the Q, he is the biggest Tua hater out there.
Nah,
Q hates Tua with a passion.
Tua.
I know.
Q wishes he had Tua on the Steelers.
Yes, hell yeah. Shout out to Bleezy in the building. But no, all right. So, all right, you have the LA Raiders, Vegas Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Wherever they went, you know, they were the Raiders. So how would you feel if the Miami Dolphins went to another city? Would you still be a Dolphins fan?
I would be, but I would be pissed off. I will say that. I would be pissed off because we have one of the greatest stadiums ever. That Hard Rock Stadium is beautiful. I love it. It's in my backyard. It's only about 30-minute drive, 30-minute drive for me. But I would still be a Dolphins fan, 100%. But I would be pissed. I'll be a Mr. Negative Dolphin fan, pissed off Dolphin fan.
Yeah. So I usually ask people what are their game day foods, traditions, whatever. But I got something more. I have something better in store for you, because you are the reason why whenever I went to Dolphin games, I went to, for the first time, it was with Crypto, I went to La Carreta. So what would you recommend if people don't know La Carreta is a Cuban restaurant? I always get the bistec palomilla.
Oof. I just had that for dinner right now.
What do you recommend for somebody who's been there for the first time to get for
all right, so
La Carreta?
You did it good. You did it right. You know, I think Cruz did it as well. He went to La Carreta as well, his first time in Miami. So I recommend listen, we got a melting pot in Miami. You know, we have Hispanics from every culture, we have Haitian, we have everybody. We got everybody. European, Greek, you name it, right? Everybody cooks amazing food, right? Miami is not known. The one thing Miami is not known for is barbecue. So if you come in to look for barbecue, there ain't no barbecue in Miami.
That's in Texas.
That's in Texas. That's somewhere else. We got no barbecue. I've tried barbecue in Miami, and I can't say no, not yet to this day. Oh my God, this place is amazing. We got amazing taco spots. We got amazing Cuban food.
Yeah. I said to somebody the other day, the best tacos are from the ones from the taco bus. Yeah, it was Estefan. Taco bus tacos are the best tacos in my opinion. But go ahead.
We with the family, we get Taco Tuesday. We go out, we try a different place every time. So I've tried different taco places in the last 3-4 months. We got some good tacos, but you gotta get some Cuban food. You got La Carreta, you got the spot. I'm gonna tell you right now, for those of you that don't know, let me fill you in. So we have a Cuban delicacy. It's called a croqueta. Okay. When you think of a
my
Cuban
grandma
person,
used to make those all the time.
See that? Tell me it's not a delicacy, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious. You in the morning, you get a little bit of cafecito with a croqueta or two, and you start your day like that, right? We have this
Oh,
place called Isla Canarias, right? For 15 years in a row, they're the number one croqueta in all of Florida, right? These people ship to New York, to restaurants in New York, Jersey, Cali. They're that good. So if you come down to Miami, now again, this is far from the stadium. This is far from the beach. This is far from North Miami. This is in this is in more in the inner city. This is in Kendall area, rough. So it's called Isla Canarias. The best Cuban food I've ever had in my life, besides home cooked food or the food I cook,
yeah.
Isla Canarias, and they got some good ass croquetas, man.
Oh man. God rest my grandmother Louis. God rest her soul, man. Louis, just lost his grandmother, but my grandmother and my deepest condolences, man, because I know. Actually, I was actually celebrating my grandmother's passing away because she wasn't living life. But I'll tell you what, man. Not a day goes by where I don't fucking miss my grandmother's cooking, man.
100%, man.
Not a day goes by, bro. She she had make, but my favorite thing from my grandmother was the churros. Oh
Oh,
my god, she used to make churros. She had like the little silver thing with the outline and everything like that, fry 'em,
really?
whatever. Oh my god, soft and chewy, and then of course the la mariquitas,
Yeah, plantains.
plantains. It was crunchy on the outside but soft in the middle.
There you go.
And my like I said, I miss my grandmother, man, and I understand what Lou's going through, man. So
Shout out to
shout out
all the
to my man
grandmas
Lou.
out there, man. Shout out to all the grandmas that blessed us with great cooking, and hopefully, Shake, like I tell people, passed along, some of those cooking methods, man. Because like we learn, man. We learn. Like I never cooked like that in my life. In the last 7 years, I taught myself how to cook, and all you do is remember those recipes and try to mimic them and try to have something similar to those recipes. But like you said, grandmas, man, they got some great cooking, man. Shout out to all
Oh
the
man,
grandmas,
shit.
man.
My grandmother is the reason I respect women because man, I tell you what,
Mhm.
she was a very violent lady. She was very violent. She didn't care how big you were. She would give you the clothes off her back, but she would take the skin off your ass if you fuck with her.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But all right, let's get back to the Dolphins real quick. What did you think of the schedule release? And by the way, I'm sorry, before we get the schedule release, happy Thanksgiving. I forgot to
Happy
say.
Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
what do
get
you
it
think of
out.
the Thanksgiving game?
We play the Green Bay Packers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night football. I like it. Um, it's Flores versus Tua. You know,
Yeah.
it's the guy.
Actually, he's in Minnesota. He's in Minnesota, not
No, I
Green Bay.
know, but I say Flores versus Tua. That's the quarterback he wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay,
Jordan
okay.
Love. So we get to see it prime time. Jordan Love had a hell of a season last year. You know, starting to look like the quarterback that they thought that he was. And Tua had a great season last year. It's set up. It's the stage is set. First time they get to battle each other, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think Tua is gonna mop the floor with him, and the Dolphins are gonna come with the victory.
No doubt. What's the other game that you have circled?
Um, man, um, I'm a little worried about that. For me, is that trap game, which is the Colts. I think that the Colts game is the trap game coming off the bye week. I'm very intrigued. That's a coin flip for me. That could be a trap game for the Dolphins. Seems too easy of a victory. I know that's level two noob's team. He's a diehard Indianapolis Colts
I'm
fan.
gonna be at that game, by the way.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I have a buddy he's a Colts fan. So
Oh, there you could go, and that way you could take a picture of level two noob with his Colts jersey at the
mhm.
at the game too. We know he's a Colts fan.
Oh man, you remember that I can't remember.
Oh, another game, Fan Week this year. The Arizona Cardinals game. I encourage people to come down to Miami. We're gonna be playing a tribute to Deb. rest in peace. We lost her yesterday, so we're gonna be playing a tribute. Phin-Addict and Dalfreaky are gonna be playing a tribute for her at the tailgate. So look
Yeah.
out for some more info coming in the upcoming days.
No doubt. So, all right, I have a question now. Now, you could hang out with, let's say you're doing your Finsaholic show, right? And you get to interview either Stephen Ross, Mike McDaniel, or Chris Greer. Who are you interviewing?
Ah, man. Well, I want to get an interview with Ross, man. I need a job. It'd be funny. Be good to to work for the Dolphins. I mean, I think that would be a dream come true, man. I don't know
This is
doing
like an
what, but
interview, so you want to get, this is for content. You know what I'm saying, to get Dolphins content.
if we're gonna get content, we want McDaniel.
Okay,
He brings a lot to the table. He brings a whole lot.
so now you got to ask him. You get to ask him 3 under oath questions where he has to answer honestly, and he can't lie, even if
McDaniel.
like from liar. What would they be? What are the
All
3
right. First
questions
question
be?
I'm gonna ask McDaniel is, who would win in a race? Because I'm sure he's seen it between Waddle and Tyreek. Who won the race? That's my first question. Question 2. I want to ask him, why doesn't he let Tua cook? Like, let Tua cook. I
Like
want
no
him
audibles or nothing
to
like that.
unleash Tua and let Tua be Tua. Let him cook. Don't make an offense just solely for Tyreek. Let him cook. What I want to know, what's stopping him from doing that. 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell him. I want him to come out and be like. I want him to come out and address. I'll probably tell him. Continue doing what he's doing, man. He's the best coach I've seen so far, man, since Dave Wanstead. And I want him to continue doing it, man. And obviously the players love him. Despite what everybody thinks of this man, I want him to continue doing what he's doing. So I'm going to tell him, I would ask him, well, obviously everybody says that's how he really is. That's really him. People say that, that he's not a show. That's really how he is, Ramsey, everybody. So I want to tell him, continue being yourself, man. Don't change for nobody. And I want him to talk less on the interviews too.
All right. I'm gonna just for shits and giggles, you get to I'm gonna let you interview Brian Flores, and you got to ask him 3 under oath questions. What would they be? But before we do that, level 2 noob, apparently, level 2 noob took a picture of me and you at a Bills game.
But Stephen
and Miss Finn, yeah.
Miss Fins.
Yeah, we're at the Bills game. So, but right, what were the 3 questions you would ask Brian Flores?
Man, I don't. This is a kids channel, so I can't really.
No, I just said fuck not too long ago. Come on.
Okay, so I could curse here.
Well, keep it to a minimum if you can.
Keep it to a minimum. I would say. Let me go outside for this, man. We got the kids here, so I don't. Let me go outside for this. I would say, why was he such a scumbag towards Tua, Devontae Parker, several players, Mike Gesicki, Jaden Phillips? Why do they all think he was a scumbag? So I want to know, why was he a scumbag to these guys? That's what I want to know.
All right, that's 1. What's number 2?
Number 2, I really, it's just so much, man, that I would have to say to this man. So it's difficult. But being a scumbag. Um, I want to ask him, how does it look? How does he feel now about you know all the bullshit that happened since then? Obviously turning. He moved on. He went to another team. But he causing all these draft picks. Yeah, it's just so much, man. It wouldn't be pretty, man. It wouldn't be pretty. It's just, I honestly think he's a scumbag, man. That's just my opinion.
Hey, listen, man. We could disagree, but like I said, this is your show, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I got nothing but love for you, man. And like I said, I appreciate you for coming on here, man. And listen, and the reason I asked you that because you keep it real, whether we agree or not. I want you don't sugarcoat, and that's what I love about you, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that you being real like that.
Nah, that's the thing about me. I gotta be real. I know people are mad in the comment section, but that man was a scumbag. He was. Like I said, we can't wait for that 30 for 30 to come out. When that 30 for 30 to come out and everything gets detailed and basically everything comes out of this man.
No doubt. So, how much time we have you for, Batman?
Yeah, hold on. Put my sneakers on. About to head out the door. Hold on.
All right. All right. So we'll
we don't have to wrap it up. I just got to put my sneakers on. Okay. The wifey's driving, so I gotta let me get ready because we gotta go to the game. Talk to me.
So, who was your favorite draft pick, and who would have drafted instead of Chop Robinson if you could have drafted somebody else?
Oh man, I liked all these offensive linemen. Obviously, the Bucs took the guy I really wanted for this team. Mm-hmm. I was a big fan of Johnson Powers, or the guard from Oregon, center guard.
Mm-hmm.
I would say those two guys. I know the receiver too from Jacksonville. I thought he was. I thought he would have been an awesome pick, but I would say those two players, man. Those three players.
That's what's up, man. And all right. Last but not least, what is your Miami Dolphins Mount Rushmore?
My Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
My top 5. Again, this is my favorite players.
Actually, Mount Rushmore is 4. So, if you want to, your 5th one will be your honorable mention.
I'll drive. My 5 players.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I didn't get to see Dan Marino. I didn't get to see Dan Marino play, but I'm gonna go with Tua.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Rashad Jones, my favorite all-time Dolphins player. I'm gonna go with the guy that just got signed today, Jalen Waddle, my number 3 favorite player all time.
Damn, he's breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So your Mount Rushmore, Dolphins Mount Rushmore is Tua, Jalen Waddle,
Rashad Jones, Jarvis Landry. And,
all right, those are Rushmore. And your Mount, and who's your honorable mention?
Honorable mention, I'll go with Cameron Wake.
Wakezilla, hell yeah.
Wakezilla.
So, hey, listen, man. I hear you're on your way to the basketball game. Listen, I appreciate you once again, man. Words cannot express what you mean to me, and for how grateful I am for you for everything you've done for me. So, what are your final thoughts, man?
Your family. Remember that. Always your family.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, I want to say everybody, man, fins up. I know we got Go Fins now. It's not fins up anymore. It's Go Fins. Like I said, I still call the Staples Center for me for the Lakers. I'm not calling it no crypto arena. So it's still fins up for me. We got a great year coming up. It's Tua time. Like I said,
All right.
the
Before you leave,
Samoan
what's your
sniper.
record prediction and where were you going to place in the division?
My record prediction was 12 wins, 5 losses. We win the division. Tua gets MVP of the league. Tyree gets 1,500 yards. Waddle gets 1,500 yards. Odell gets 1,000 yards. And we win, man. We win the Super Bowl, man. That's my dream. I think the city of Miami, we got the Panthers right now rolling. We're 2-2. That's the best team we've had in all the city of Miami or or the whole state of Florida. I know that Lewis got the Tampa Bay Lightning and all these teams. The best team in Florida right now is the Florida Panthers.
Hell yeah.
They took that title from the Miami Heat. But it's Tua time. Like I tell people, it's Tua time. We have a Tua. The Samoan sniper, the Oos is loose, the chosen one. Cruz. And he's gonna lead us, man, to a Super Bowl, man. We haven't seen a Super Bowl since 1973.
Yeah.
Am I correct? 1973, right?
1974. 1974 was the last time we won a Super Bowl.
We got a lot of
73, 74.
Base, right? We got a lot of people in this fan base that have not been able to see a Dolphins victory in the playoffs. That includes me. We have not won in the playoffs since I started watching the Miami Dolphins, ever. And I think those days are done. It's Tua time. Waddle. We got a great coach. We got a hell of a GM. We got an amazing owner that put a roof over my head. Literally put a roof over my head. I gotta be grateful for that. So we got a great owner. We have a good fan base. Great people, man. Fins up. We're taking it, man. We're taking it this year, Shake. I know I said it last year, but we're taking it this year. We got this, man. We have a tool.
Yeah. And by the way, Batman said he still would be a team. He'd be pissed off, but he'd still be a fan of the team. So.
Oh yeah. If the Dolphins ever moved out of Miami, I would be pissed off. I would be one angry fan, but I will still be a fan of the Dolphins.
And much appreciated my man Cruz Ruiz. Cruz Ruiz was in the blender too, man. If you want to check that out, man. It was a great episode as well. And by the way, also Raphael Courtright. I scheduled him. He's going to be a guest in the blender too, man.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to Raphael, man. I haven't seen him in a while. I know he was in chat the other day. I think where was I? Was I at the Fitz tailgate? Forgot where I was, but he was in
Raphael
chat.
Courtright. He's kind of like Cat for Life. He's a big supporter of every a lot of Dolphins creator. You see him on there, man, and I tell you what, he's one of my favorites.
He's awesome. I tell you what, he's awesome, man. And you know what I love about him is that, like you said, he supports every channel, man, and he's there for the Dolphins content. So shout out to Raphael. But yeah, man, I'm gonna catch back the Phin-Addict episode. I didn't get to see that. You said you got Estefan on Tuesday. I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, man, like I said, Shake, you're doing amazing things in this community, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Continue doing it. Listen, it's a grind. You know it. You see it. It's hard work. People get to see us for a couple hours, but it's a lot more than that, man. And you're putting in the work. The community seeing it, man, and the fruit is showing now, man. You're doing amazing things, man. Not only here on Larry K's, but you also doing it at the Fitz tailgate, man. You're doing it. You're doing big things. And again, shout out to everybody doing Dolphins content, man. Hey, it's a joy. It's a love. It's a family. Like Gio used to say it the best. It's a lot of chefs in the kitchen, man. Everybody's cooking. Everybody's bringing something to the table when it comes to the Dolphins community.
Shout out to my man Junior Black, by the way. Always love, man. Love.
Oh,
Junior
man.
Black.
Yeah, I haven't. Oh God, it's been forever. That's in JR. It's been a minute.
So, yeah, man. As we wrap up, I'd like to thank everybody. Raphael Courtright, my man Q, even though he's a Steelers fan. Cruz Ruiz, my man EM Dolphin fan. Color commentary. True Blazer, Irving Figueroa, Estefan. Man, all the people who's been supporting me, and Trey, of course, man. Hey, listen, man. Like I said before, man, you guys are the reason why I'm doing this and why I'm continuing to do this, man. Without you guys, you know, we'd just be talking to ourselves. So much
100%.
love. I appreciate y'all for showing love and support. So with that being said, fins up, and we out this bitch.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best.